Welcome back, everyone. Today we are going to put together flies with the rattle on it. It's not going to be any different type of a tie. It's going to be just the additional rattle on it. I choose to do this this glide over here, which is a Dorado for jonquil type of a fishing, but obviously we can use this pretty much anyway. But let's get started over here, and I'm gonna show you how this gets done. I'm using an SL12, which is a little bit longer shank than a standard hook, as you can see over here. And we're gonna grab over here the clear mono. I'm gonna put this stuff out of my side, this way my eyes doesn't get confused over here. And the first thing we're going to tie into the hook will be the rattle. This is the rattle, it's a plastic rattle, as you can see. It makes a lot of noise. A lot of people prefer to put the rattle on top of the hook just like this. But you know, you can see there is a little problem to have this rattle nice and be in the position that you really want. So I'm going to show you how I do this. This is a mylar tubing, and I'm going to remove the core, just like that. And I'm going to grab it, threads, and just wrap around. And then eventually we're going to put a drop of glue on it, and everybody's going to be happy over here. There you go. And so we have this. We are going to insert, if it'll fit, it should fit. Beautiful, look at this. There you go. Goes right in. Okay. Actually, now I did the insert over here. I should have it put this the other way around. So why don't I do this? I just cut it and retie. I can do this way. Let me see. There we go. Might as well I'll tie over here the end with the rattle inside. Get this guy over here. Okay. The reason I did that, so that the rattle will be on the other side, so in my opinion it will make a little bit more noise. Okay. So we're good to go. Okay, what you need to do is get the rattle over here along the side, but you can see it's coming up this way. So you need to figure out the right position where the rattle is going to be. I think it's going to be okay over here. So that is kind of parallel to the hook shank. And there it is. Once we do that, I trim it. There you go. And we're going to put a drop of glue over here. And then at the end over here, where I tied. So that will make sure it will not untie it. I like to trim this end over here. So now we're good to go. Gonna get my brush, get my scissors, and we're gonna start with the fiber. So in this case, we have the chartreuse and the yellow. This fly is similar to the F and AF. So we will start with the fibers, and then we're gonna be finishing with the brush. Okay. And we're using the 3D fibers because this is a little bit stiffer than the EP fibers, the original. You know, being a bigger fly, I'd rather use it a little bit steeper fibers. Okay, this should be okay. And as I've been mentioning in the past, before we put the fibers onto the hook, if we feel it's a little bit too much, we will remove the fibers, okay? The main important thing is not to use too much fibers. It's very imperative. Because once you learn that, you'll see it will make a big, 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 big difference. Big difference. We get 2 bunches. It's a little bit elaborated fly, but at the end, once you see the result, you're gonna love it. We know that in many cases, the rattle will really do make the difference. And you know, especially if you're fishing in murky water, that will definitely help. Anyway, so we're gonna start to put a little flash. In this case, it will be the thunderstroke and chartreuse. I don't know if you remember, you cut the corner over here, and you're gonna pull out the fibers just like this. And you see that? You're gonna just pull the fibers. You're gonna come over here, and there you go. You can leave it as it is, not a big deal. Obviously, we're gonna start with the top colors. In this case, it will be the yellow. We're gonna tap it. Best we can. You know, when you tap it, you can use your scissor, or you can use your fingers, or whatever works for you. It's good. This fly is, I believe, is 6 inches. I'm gonna double check. It's a 5.5. All right, right on the spot. 5.5. Let me see. We're gonna work up to here. This is 5.5 over here. So we're gonna go to the end. Just like that. There you go. I'm gonna fold it. Oops. Mistake, mistake, mistake. See, I'm a human like everybody else. You probably say, what the hell Enrico is going to do over there? Put the bottom colors on the top and the top colors on the bottom. No. It happens. Did that ever happen to you, Evan? Messed up the colors? Yes. All right there. Now I think we got it. I'm gonna fold it. Beautiful. Look at this. Okay, we got the chartreuse. We're gonna do the yellow. Gonna go on the bottom. We're gonna go along the side and the bottom as well. And then we're gonna measure, see if we cover same size on both. Let me see. Yep. It seems to be okay. All right. Go on the other side. Okay. That's step one. I'm gonna put a little flash. You know, when you fish in murky water, a little extra flash, I think, helps. I think that helps. Okay. There you go. Now we're gonna cut this bunch, not in half, we'll do like about 3/4 and 1/4. We're gonna put that on the side because we are going to use that. Okay, so we have the yellow. We're gonna do the same thing on the chartreuse. Come over here. That will be for the next step. Okay, here we go. Just have to make sure that, you know, this step that we follow, you will kind of goes down, scales down the length of the fiber. So that's all. That's all we need to do it. Okay. Looks good. So far, so good. This is it's kind of bigger flies than the usual. So requires a little bit extra fibers. Did they say big flies, big fish? I heard that many times. Okay. As you can see, every time I apply the fibers, yeah, I'm tapering down. I am tapering down. There you go. Good, looks good. Put a drop of glue. Now it's time to finish the flies with the brush, and we're done. Pretty much. Yeah, we can do the same over here. Actually, this we can just go on the side over here, just like that. Say something. Okay, perfect. We're good to go. It happens. And don't get mad when that happens, because it's not really do any good. You just go back over here and pick up where you left. That's it. Very simple. I want to cover the base over here of the hook shank so that the brush is not going to a bare hook. All right. Drop of glue. And simply will make sure you have the finger brush. Believe me, you're going to need this finger brush over here. It's very handy, and as you can see it, put those fibers in place quickly. Okay. All right, maybe 2 more wraps and we should be fine. All right. This brush is kind of dense, but and the reason I did this brush is for this purpose, especially if you're out on pike flies and you want a really dense head that really push a lot of water. I mean, this is the brush for you. As you can see, really will fill the head fairly quickly, and it will do exactly what it meant to be. So at this point over here, what I do is just brush a little bit more. And then we're going to switch to the threads. I want to finish the head with the threads. So we'll give him a much smoother finished. Let's do the threads flat. And you start right behind the hook eye. Just like that. And you're gonna keep on wrapping, finish your head. I think it's enough. Finish it with glue. There you go. All right, so let's do a little trimming over here. It clips, some good news. All right, let's see. Should start it from the front to the back. Let's see if it works. It works. Just to remember, you have the rattle over there, so I'm not saying that you're gonna trim it with your scissor, but just keep that in mind, that's all. There you go. Get in there. See the difference that this long scissor do when you're trimming. It definitely helps you tremendously. And when it comes to trimming and flies, personally, I cannot do without it, especially on the big ones like this guy. All right, looks like that we got it. Now we're gonna do some marking, and then we put the eyes, and it should be fine. A little piece of cardboard or whatever you have it. There we go. Do mark in black. This fly has the mark is on the top, but I want to try this fly with the marking on the bottom. I want to see how it looks like. You know, it might, actually I might like better, if you know what I mean. So, let's try. Let's try. Maybe I would like better. Because if I like better, actually, I'm gonna change it and do this way. Look at that. I kind of like it. Let's see on the other side now. All right, almost done. Look at this. What do you think? I think I like better on the bottom. I think I'm gonna change it. Yeah, I think so. Let's do the eyes. Let's do the eyes. We got 7.5 mil in yellow pearl. Now what I want to tell you, because this is thicker head, so what I will going to do over here, actually I will cut the stem of the eye a little bit longer so that the eyes, when it will glue into the hook shank, it will not compress the head. So I'm going to leave it the stem a little bit longer. Okay. Get the goop. Put a nice generous amount of goop inside because there's a big hole over here. And those are the big eyes. And remember, you better have a little bit extra, but not enough. And if you see the glue come around the hook eye, don't worry about it. Fish will not care. but at least it's going to be nice and secure. Perfect. There you go. Let's see, what do we got? Just make sure those eyes are in the right spot so that you balance. You need to balance the fly. And this is what I would call a jungle or Amazon rattle fly, and hopefully we'll catch a couple of peacock or golden dorado or anything that'll go after. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you to the next videos. Be well.